In week 4 on Code Breaking Club, we looked at the keyword shift cipher. This essentially is another variation of a one-for-one swap where each letter becomes one other letter, but it's done in a slightly different way to Caesar shift. Firstly, we need a keyword, and I'm going to use the keyword keyword. What I do is, under the normal alphabet, I write down the word keyword, Keyword. Now, if there was a repeat letter, then I wouldn't use it twice. So if keyword was spelt with, I don't know, double E, like that, then I'd only write one E because I've already used E once. Now, what I'm going to do now is fill in the rest of the alphabet, making sure that I don't repeat any of the letters that are already there, starting from the D at the end here. So after D comes E, but I've already used E here. So F, then comes G, then H, and so on. So now I've filled in the rest of the alphabet, you'll notice a few things. Firstly, I wrote keyword out, then after D comes E, but I've already got E, so F, then G, then H, then I, J. Now K would be next, but K is already there, so L, M, N, O is already there, so P, Q, R is already there, S, T, U, V, W is already there, so X, Y is already there, so Z, and now I fill in with, go back to the start of the alphabet, A, B, C, and there we have the D, and every letter now is matched. Now to encode a message like send food, I now look at the top line, the S in the top line becomes a T. So I write T, the E in the top line becomes an O, N becomes M, D becomes W, F becomes R, O is N, and D is W. So send food becomes TOMWRNNW. Now, there's a couple of weaknesses with this. Firstly, what starts off with a double letter here finishes off with a double letter, so I can sort of guess that double N might well be double O, or double T appears a few times in English, but I'm not going to guess double N would be something complicated like double H. That's much rarer. But it's also open to attack without even bothering to find out the keyword, because if it's a long enough message, all I need to do is use frequency analysis. So obviously here I can't say that the most common letter equals E, because it isn't. O is the letter that came from E, but in a long enough piece of text, I'd be able to analyse it and say, well, I guess that the most common letter is E. Also, when you're using frequency analysis, if you get a 3-letter, like let's say this, I'm making this up now, it's nothing to do with the keyword shift, but if WPK keeps appearing again and again in my message, then I can probably guess that this might be the word the. So I'd probably have a stab at seeing whether W becomes T, P becomes H, K becomes E, and see if that makes sense in the rest of the code. If it does, the more sort of clues you get, the easier it becomes. So once you've got a guess and a frequency analysis, then you're in business. Now in week 3, I posed a challenge, which was Yarnell's code challenge, and the answer was solved by Basil. The answer is hard to crack. And now it's time for Yarnell's code challenge, week 4. Now I'm going to tell you that I have used the keyword frame. That's the keyword that I'm using to encode my message, and my message has come out as. So my code word for this week is A Q M E V F U E F A F, and that was encoded using the keyword frame. Answers next week.